All right. It's Dr. Jeff. Had some technical difficulties in the past couple weeks, so I'm really excited to talk to you guys today about using empathy as a tool. And as you can see, I got baby Scarlett right here. Say hi, Scarlett. She's going to hang out with me and help me with this topic here. So basically, what I like to do on these Facebook Lives is I like to talk about some really relevant stuff that's going on for people that we meet with at Rythmia. And what I've noticed is there's a lot of people that come to Rythmia that have the ability to be empathic towards other people. And they call themselves, I guess the term is like, I'm an empath, or I have the ability to feel what others feel. But the problem is that they don't always understand that this is what's going on, and they get a bit overwhelmed. So what I do, a lot of my sessions with people, is helping them understand the process of the empath that's going on. So the topic for tonight is use empathy as a tool. Now, the difference between sympathy and empathy is a lot. Sympathy is, let's say you see a homeless person. I live in LA. I grew up here. There's a ton of homeless people here. And sympathy would be, I can see that person is upset, and that must really suck to be homeless. And you kind of can understand intellectually that, yeah, that's not cool. Now, empathy, on the other hand, is I am feeling the fear and the pain and the guilt and the sadness of that homeless person. I'm feeling it. So that's the difference, is that sympathy means yeah, I can understand that person is upset. Those people on the other side of the world that don't have any food, and sometimes in our own cities, like in LA here, yeah, I can understand they're hungry, right? But if I feel hungry, that's empathy. Okay, that's empathy. So what I notice is a lot of people that I meet at Rythmia have this gift, this ability to be empathic. Sorry, I'm checking on Scarlett down here. She's just chilling, right? Right? You want to say hi? Yeah, there you are. Okay, you're going to help me out with this, all right? So what happens with people that are empathic is that they get really overwhelmed as time goes on with all the emotional projection that's occurring when they interact with people in their life. So what I want to teach you guys how to do is using empathy as a tool, because that's what therapists do. The good ones, right? Good ones. There's not a lot of good ones, okay? But the good ones use empathy as a tool. And what that means, if I have a patient who has depression, but when they come to my office, they're laughing and they're telling jokes and then really not going deep, and they're just kind of talking about whatever light stuff, I might think why is this person here? I might think this, why are they here? What's going on? But if I have an empathic response to them, what's going on is I'm feeling their depression, even though they're laughing and telling jokes and whatever. And the reason I'm doing that is because I have removed myself from my own emotions in that moment. I've set myself off to the side. And what I'm doing is I'm absorbing the depression of my patient. And then what happens is I tell that patient, in the session, I go, you know what? Are you sure you're okay? I know you're telling me some jokes and we're laughing about some stuff and things are light. However, I'm feeling sadness. I'm feeling depression. Are you feeling depressed? And what happens in that moment is the patient goes, yeah, this has been a crazy week. I'm really upset. I'm hopeless. I can't get out of bed, to go to work. And so that is a very, very powerful diagnostic tool that a therapist can have. Now, a lot of you guys, because you're interested in Rythmia, because you've come to Rythmia, or you're planning on coming, or you want to come, you guys are empathic. You guys have this ability to feel what other people feel. I saw something on Facebook recently that said empaths are fictional. I saw this article. It was crazy. And they said empaths They said no one can feel what somebody else is feeling. I saw this article, right? I read it. It was crazy. And basically, it does sound crazy, right? If I can feel what you're feeling, that sounds a little weird because I have my own emotions. And why can I feel what you're feeling? Well, for those of us that have done plant medicine, what we're realizing through the process is that we're all connected. We're all energetically connected. When I was at UCLA studying physics, and I was really afraid of taking physics for a year. I was actually terrified of doing this. But what I learned in physics is that everything has a positive or a negative charge. Everything does. And the way that positive and negative charges interact with each other is super interesting. It's like basically how the whole universe is connected to everything that exists in the world and in the universe. So what I learned is that if everything is a positive and a negative charge, that means that we can feel the energy of somebody else. We can feel things. And there's an energetic field that comes into contact, into play when we were talking to people, interacting with people. And empaths feel that energy. They feel that energy from other people very strongly, very, very strongly. And what they do is they oftentimes aren't aware that they're doing it, and they absorb this energy. What happens is they take it on themselves. So what I want you guys to do is realize, what is your own energy? What is your own emotional situation? Do not think that if you're walking down the street and you're feeling fine, that all of a sudden you're upset. Don't think that, like, what happened to me? Something must be going wrong. It's like, no, you picked up on the energy of the people that you just walked past, right? It's a skill. You have to learn how to fine tune it. What I want to do with other Facebook Lives is kind of go into more detail about how to do this, because it's an incredible tool. So if you are feeling the energy of somebody else, and you feel the sadness or the depression or the anxiety or the addiction, or sometimes obviously also the happiness, the love, the excitement of other people, how do you understand that it's not you and it's them, right? How do you understand the difference between the two? And this is how you do it. You have to know who you are as a person. You have to be plugged into yourself. You can't cruise around the world and cruising around in your day not understanding who you are as a person. So the reason why Rythmia exists is so that we can help you figure out who you are as a person. And then when you interact with people, you understand, like, this is their energy. It's not my energy. You know, there's some people that come to Rythmia, they're like, I'm so overwhelmed and I don't know why. Like, my life is fine. I have a good job. I have a good family. I have a good partner. I have good kids. I have a good job, or whatever. But I feel miserable. I'm like, oh, look, let's talk about a few things. Do you have a history of trauma? Do you have a history of avoiding your own emotional state so you can read people and read situations? Are you hyper vigilant in the world? Are you able to recognize if somebody is not a good person in the room that you're at a party? Are you able to recognize and feel that somebody is safe and good? Okay, well then that's a really good indication that you're an empath. And what's going on is you're absorbing the energy of these people and you're holding on to it and you're thinking it's you. And guess what? It's not you. And Scarlett, of course, right, can confirm that as she eats her own wipes, right? Don't eat that. Sorry, guys. You know, got the 10-month-old baby here chilling. So the way you use empathy as a tool is this is what I always say. I do all these podcast interviews, right? And I talk to people, and they say at the end of the podcast, they go, what is it that you want to get across to the world? And what I say, it's really simple. I say it every time. Plug into who you are as a person. Understand who you are. Because once you know who you are and you have love for yourself and understand yourself, you can truly connect to other people. And when you have empathy for other people, you do not want to hurt anyone. And you can feel what they're feeling. So if I can feel what other people are feeling, I don't want to have a war with them. I don't want to treat them bad, upset them. Scarlett just pulled this out. I don't want to upset, right? So the way you connect with the universe and with others is connecting with yourself. That's what you do. That's how you do it. Okay, so use empathy as a tool. Use empathy as a way to understand not only yourself, but other people around you, the universe, other cultures. You know, today in society, it's crazy, right? Like everybody's trying to divide us, right? They're trying to divide people, divide and conquer. That's like so cliche, right? Divide and conquer. Divide everybody, get everybody hating each other, get everybody like us versus them, me versus you. It's absurd, right? Okay. Don't divide and conquer. Connect with yourself. Have true empathy. And then you can have empathy for other people. You understand what they're going through. You don't want to hurt anybody. There's nothing you want to do to hurt a single soul if you have empathy for people that are going through struggle. Rythmia is the way that this can happen. Plant medicine, breathwork classes. Paola's, the answer is you, with Michael Beckwith as the the supervisor of that program. All the stuff we're doing at Rythmia helps you plug into yourself and have love for you. And then you can connect with other people. You can have empathy for others. And that's how the world changes. That's how things change. It's not going to change by having sympathy. We all can agree that having sympathy for people, yeah, I can understand that somebody in a war is upset. But if I feel what they're feeling, I don't want to have a war with them because I don't like feeling terrified. I don't like feeling sad. I don't like it. Okay, so empathy is the key. Empathy is the way the world changes. Plug into yourself. That's how you plug into others. And that's how the world changes. Come down to Rythmia. We're excited to meet you guys. You know, every week we have some amazing guests. This week is no different, you know. I'm flying back down there tomorrow. Can't wait to get down there. Of course, I'll miss this little one, but, you know, she's a trooper. She knows what's up. She helps me. She's chewing on my earphone. All right, you guys. Pura vida. Hope to see you guys soon. Have a good one. Thanks for watching. Dr. Jeff, Chief Medical Officer, Rythmia Life Advancement Center.